Hey there, you're tuned into Safety and Compliance Chats, where Amy and Deanna break down the tough stuff in dental practice safety and compliance, all in bite-sized, snark-filled episodes. I'm Amy, your HIPAA and cybersecurity expert, and Deanna has got ocean infection control on lock. So let's dive in. So, today we're talking about physical security and overall disaster preparedness. And I will say, with physical security, it is more than just locking your doors, it is keeping unauthorized eyes off of protected health information. As an example, I rarely walk into an office where the monitors are faced away from patients, or if they are faced away and are still visible, they don't have covers on them. So you can get blackout covers with certain degree visibility where you can have it faced at you and you can only see it when you're face on to it, or at a certain angle is the only way that you can see it within that angle field. So those are really simple, easy, inexpensive things that you can do to protect just the computers. Also, locking the screen. Windows L is a perfect little freebie tip that I can give you. Pressing the Windows button, holding it down, and hitting the letter L, it'll lock your screen when you walk away. And that way, people aren't tempted to try to, I don't know, download their own information out of your practice management system when they have no idea how to use it.
I will say, Amy, as a practicing clinician, having that privacy screen, even on the computers back in the treatment rooms, is a big deal because how often do patients turn around and look at the computer screen when you're trying to schedule their next cleaning or look over a treatment plan? If that information is not swung up to a monitor that's in front of them, that information needs to be covered up and protected. So with that, I am Deanna, and today I want to talk to you about prepping for disasters in your office. And I don't just mean medical emergencies. I'm talking about fires, floods, powder power outages that are in your community, even cyber incidents that can occur. What about violent acts on the office and your staff, even rogue employees that may be let go and they still have access to your practice? It's always important to be ready and be prepared. Emergencies can even happen after hours. We don't often think about work when we leave and lock up, but they happen after hours. Just recently in Utah, there was a fire at an office from a regulator on a nitrous and oxygen tank that was faulty. And that fire crawled up into the attic and ended up destroying the entire office. Scary.
That's so sad. And I
Mhm.
mean, you can't stop everything from happening, but you can try to
No,
make an active plan for reducing the damage or the overall damage to the practice and to patients and to team members.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible to hear. I hate that.
Yeah. Sad.
Now, with physical security, the things I see that people miss are securing patient records, computers, mobile devices, locks, screensavers, all of that. I will encourage you, this is your homework. I want you to walk around the outside of your office or offices if you have more than one, and I want you to pretend to be the bad guy trying to break in. How would you exploit all your vulnerabilities? It's actually really fun. It's one of my favorite things to do as a consultant. And I have the best story of karma with this. One of my longtime clients had someone attempt to break in late at night, and this guy kicked the door in the back of the office so hard that it slammed into the bookcase along that same wall. And that bookcase slid sideways and blocked the door from trying to be reopened. So we call that karma, and it was very instant. And sadly, you might not be as lucky. Uh, and you're going to have to look at all the potential risks and vulnerabilities in your office and find ways to cover your assets.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. OSHA is really, really big on having an emergency action plan. And one of the things they talk about is having clear evacuation procedures, not only for the employees, but think about if you have patients in the office that need to evacuate. Think about how many exits that you have to go out of. Think about the locked doors, if there are any that you have to go through. And if you weren't there to escort a patient, how do they know where to go? Make sure your exits are clearly marked. I could go on and on and on, but also having backup power solutions. If you're in an office that perhaps in a shopping center, a mall, even a multi level building, you've got to think about those neighboring businesses. Okay, they could be having a disaster. What if they have a flood throughout the night and it leads into your office? I lived in Houston for a short time, and Hurricane Harvey flooded a lot of businesses. And, it's important to have that emergency plan on hand and have your staff aware of that. Maybe even implementing a phone tree. If things happen after hours, OSHA really talks about having an emergency phone tree so you can get a hold of employees and patients after hours, even if you lost some data.
HIPAA
So,
too.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I really encourage you to test your drills regularly, train your staff members on all of these different scenarios.
We have a lot of fun with disaster drill days, don't we?
We do. We do. We're mean
We do half
sometimes.
day and whole
We're
day, and we don't tell people what we're going to do next. It just see how they
mean.
react.
We just do it. We just do it. Yeah, it catches them off guard, right?
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Well, it's like a real disaster happening in real time.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
does.
In a controlled environment, of course.
Right.
So with physical security, my tip is don't leave charts or devices where anyone can walk off with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even credit card machines should be locked down. There was a situation in California a few years ago where two different gangs got together and they were breaking into smaller healthcare practices and doing chargebacks and returning credit card charges to these machines and to them. Essentially, they were stealing from it.
Mm-hmm.
And even a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a doctor whose laptop was stolen from the front desk area. And in the time that it took this doctor to open the front door, turn the lights on, and walk to the back office to turn on all the operatory computers, someone had walked in, stolen this laptop, and walked right back out. And a $70 kit with a Kensington lock and a wall anchor could have prevented all of that. It's just about knowing your weaknesses and vulnerabilities. And that's literally what we do with safety, regulation, and compliance. That's all it is, preparing
Yeah.
for your failures.
Right. Right. Just as you're a licensee and you have to prepare for emergencies, patients come in with emergencies all the time and you got to think quick on your feet. How can I treat this patient? You also have to think about how you're going to treat your office in an emergency. Disaster preparedness can save lives. It can also save data, which can save lives, and a little bit of sanity, not to mention your office and your practice reputation. You don't want to be known on the block as the office where a computer was stolen or someone broke in easily, or a rogue employee had a key that they should have returned when they were let go from the practice. So not only in terms of HIPAA, but this is also important for OSHA as well. Amy, I think it's joke time.
It's joke time. That was a very heavy topic, both of
It
them.
was.
Yeah. All right, joke time. Why did the filing cabinet get a promotion?
A promotion. Why?
Because it always kept things under lock and key.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, lock
It's
and
so
key. That's
bad.
hilarious. That is bad. That's bad. All right. All right. Why did the fire drill become a dance party?
Why?
Because the team nailed the dance step. Nail
Ah,
because the team nailed the steps.
that was actually pretty good. I
I'm
like
so
that.
bad at jokes. I can't get them out.
Oh, that was awesome.
Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Safety and Compliance Chats. If you liked this episode, share it with your dental team, your friends, your colleagues. Drop us a review. And always, always, if you've got questions, reach out. Follow me and Amy on social media. We're here to help you in any way. Keep your practice safe and compliant. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us. For more information, please go to www.copperpennyconsulting.com. Bye.